Oh my god. Hello everyone, welcome to Comic Airwaves. Hope you're doing well. This is episode 10, the first one of the new year, entitled New Year, Newbie. And that's it. That's me. My name's Scott, and I'm joined by Phil.
Hey everyone, this is going to be the best entertainment you're going to get a Saturday night that you don't have to pay a TV license for. Thanks for joining us.
So bloody good. I'm actually so pumped. So we did the last episode in October.
Yeah.
And then we couldn't do a November one because all of us were busy, and then the December one would have fallen really close to Christmas, and we thought, what's the point? So here we are in January.
Older and hairier as well. Both of us.
Older, hairier, and less wise.
I'm more wise, but I'm only ever going to go up one way.
Oh, right. Sorry. I just dipped, man. I just dipped. But yes, thank you everyone for joining. For everyone who saw the intro, let me know what you thought of it. Worked really hard. So, I loved making it. It was a good laugh. But yes, let's go ahead and see who is in the chat so far. So we've got Comic Bound. My hype sense is tingling. It's a really cool sense to tingle.
Oh, what other senses can you tingle?
Spider?
Do you have
spider
that?
sense?
Oh.
No, I'm scared of spiders, so no.
We'll talk about that another day.
Okay. Martin's here. Thank you for joining, mate. Nice to see you. Kevin Wells is here. This is the creator, writer, and artist of the book called The Last Ein Hier Jahr, and we interviewed him, and he will be his interview will be appearing later on in the show as well. We got Sam. Evening, everyone. Hey, Sam. Thanks for joining. Been a while. Shane's here. Where the bloody hell have you lazy sods been? Welcome back, guys. Shane, I'm sorry. Hope you're okay. We are so chuffed to be back. It's amazing. You may have noticed Liam's not here. Unfortunately, as you know, the same as whenever the Nerdhood guys disappear, he has also decided to get an evening colonic irrigation as well. He just wanted to fit in, so
it's a 2-day one as well. It's going to take like 2 full days.
Yeah. Man, that sucks, isn't it? JWD Comics is here. Thank you for joining. He says, great intro. Thank you very much. Andy's here. Evening. Thanks for joining. Kevin was saying, well done on the pronunciation of The Last Ein Hier Jahr.
Don't ask me.
No. I'll write it down for you and you can try or just copy what I'm saying. And comment down. Damn, I got here already. Got distracted. I missed the intro. Oh, man. I'm not playing it again. Thomas Shelvin is here. Evening, guys. Thoughts on the Moon Knight trailer? Ooh, all right. Jump in quick. We'll get to that in a minute. We can talk about that if you'd like. But let's go ahead and see what we've got coming up on the show today. It's going to be an absolute doozy. Here we go. So first up, we've got the brand new game, Ready Steady Book, where we'll bring the contestants on. Then we got your favourite feature, everyone, Ask Auntie Phil. Then we'll be going on to What's All the Omnifuss About. And then we'll be going on to the second part of Ready Steady Book. And then coming up after that, we've got the interview with Kevin Wells for The Last Ein Hier Jahr. And we've got the news and weather as usual, Book of the Month. And then we're going to finish off with a sneaky little game. We're not going to tell you what it is yet, but that's what we got coming up. But just to flex a little bit, we do have a little spinny wheel. So, what's the game going to be? Are you going to find out? No, I'm going to stop it there. You're not going to know what the game is. Sorry, you'll have to get involved. You'll have to wait till the very end. Ooh, stop. Right, so we got a few more comments as well. The BFG, Liam has needed a colonic irrigation for a while, to be honest. Jack is here. Hey everyone, thanks for joining, mate. Lee is here. Heidi, her apologies, I couldn't make it. I'll have to bring twice the wild cardness for February. Yeah,
but you'll have a clear colon, which is good.
And Alan's here as well. Ian, thank you for joining. So yeah, so we've got all of that coming up. So do get your questions for Ask Auntie Phil coming in very soon. StreamYard now has the ability to star comments, so I can actually save them and line them up. So get your questions in and we'll line them up for Auntie Phil. And then if you want to have a go at playing our mystery game later, which I'm not going to tell you what it is, I could spin the wheel again, but you won't find out. We need you to answer us a little question. And the question is, who is your hero? Your personal hero. Just answer this to have a chance to play our game. And that's it. That is it. So, Phil, do you have a personal hero?
I don't know if I want. Myself. I am my own hero. I provide my own inspiration, my own drive, my own wisdom.
Yeah.
So myself. I'm probably yours too.
It's weird because I was going to say you.
But now you're not going to because you think my head
will No, that's it. No, it's you. It's you.
Nice.
Yep, that's it. Cool. So, shall we go ahead and get ready, steady, book going? And we'll bring the contestants on and we will crack on. Okay, so this is a new intro, new animation that Liam has made. Take a look and then we'll bring the contestants on. And there we go. So that is ready, steady, book. We are ready to go. And we're going to bring on contestant number 1. Everyone give a warm welcome and a big hand to Connie. Yay!
Hi.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to Ready, Steady, Book. Are you ready and steady to book?
Definitely, yeah. Really prepared.
Definitely. Thank you for joining. I understand you've been bowling today.
It was, yes, earlier on. Didn't win.
Good fun. You didn't win?
Yeah.
How many were there?
3.
3? And you didn't win out of 3?
How many pins did you manage to push over?
4. In total?
Yeah. I mean...
Like 67, I think.
That's right.
Nice.
That's good. That's
nice. Good. Really admirable. Great stuff. Okay, I'm going to bring in contestant number 2. We've got Luke. Luke, how you doing? Thank you for joining. Luke is Luke, in the chat you are the BFG. Where was your comment there? You were talking about Liam needing a colonic irrigation. You are a friend of Liam. You're a friend of mine. You're a friend of Phil. You're a friend of everyone's. So thank you very much for joining in to play Ready, Steady, Book.
But these two are my bitter enemies. These two below, bitter enemies. Right
They are bitter enemies. You guys are going to go head to head. So let me explain the rules for everyone in the chat. Ready, Steady, Book is where 2 contestants go head to head. They take 4 pieces of categories and they have to go away for 10 minutes, write a synopsis for this story using the random things we've given them, and then you guys, the audience, you get to vote in a live poll to tell us who won. That's literally it. How do you feel about this? Connie, you're a massive book reader. Do you think you'll have an edge?
No, not at all. I'm not very creative, so I'm worried that Luke's just absolutely going to decimate me in this. So.
All right. So Luke, do you read much? Do you think you'll do okay? Bad? Good? Well?
Well, Luke's shelves are quite full, but I have the notepad, and this will get me along.
Nice. Great.
All right. 10 minutes, Scott. 10 minutes.
Yeah, about 10 minutes. So we will give you categories now, and then we're going to do Ask Auntie Phil, and then we're going to do What's All the Omnibus About, and then we'll bring you back and we'll get your synopsises. So do go ahead if you want to, maybe for a bit of extra bonus points, give your synopsis a title, maybe if you want, and just a paragraph or 2. It's nothing massive. But yeah, so we will, let's say hi to a few more people first. So we got Brandon Looney Tunes Fan 2000, your favourite Looney Tunes characters here. And we've also got Daryl. Hello, thanks for joining, mate. Nice to see you. And anyone else? Oh yeah, a lot of people saying hi to you guys. So Comic Bounder saying hello, Connie and Luke. Good luck. Blue Sonic, hey, Connie and Luke. Luke looks like Luke from Hydra Collectibles. Convince me otherwise. Maybe it's just a Luke thing. Maybe.
He does.
Yeah? Right. So, let's go ahead and see. Right, we've got a random wheel, a random generator to generate you 4 different things, okay? So, Connie will do yours first. Are you ready?
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, go.
So, you've got your genre, your character, your theme, and your motive. We've got parody, scientist, hero, and jealousy. Okay? So, do you need those again?
hero, and jealousy.
Yes, parody, scientist, hero, and jealousy. So those are your 4 pieces of criteria. So you've got to try and make a story and a synopsis out of that. Luke, are you ready for yours?
Ready and steady.
Okay, here we go. So you've got your character, your genre, your theme, and your motive. You have got martial arts, Dave, love, and death.
Ooh.
The Dave category is just a random guy called Dave. You can just have him as your character. Do what you want with Dave.
All right, Dave.
All right, Dave. How's it going, Dave? Right, cool, great. So, Rich is here. Evening all. Sorry I can't stick around live tonight. Have a great show and I'll catch up on the replay. Shane, parody science hero. Ooh, interested. Connie, what are you laughing at there?
Just Dave.
Dave.
I'm so glad he's being involved.
Perfect.
I think it
Right,
sounds
so
like that Netflix program. It's Love, Death, and Dave. Love, Death, and Robots.
Love, Death, and Robots. Yeah. Right. So, are you guys happy? Do you understand what you got to do? Can we put you in the background and carry on? Are you all clear?
Yeah, all good.
Great. Okay. Well, we will see you then in about 10 minutes. Okay. See you in a bit. Bye. Right. So, as they're away making their synopsis, we can crack on with some other stuff. So we do have anti-fill, but guys, come on, you're letting us down. There aren't any anti-fill questions in there yet. But we could move on. We can move on to what's all the Omnibus about and then circle back to ask anti-fill.
Sure.
How do you feel about that?
I'm a bit insulted. Maybe they just don't appreciate my wisdom.
I know. It's a bit weird. Not
Yeah.
great, is it? But that's what we'll do. We will oh, actually, there was something I wanted to bring up.
Okay.
I sent you and Liam a tongue twister a while ago. Yeah?
Yeah.
I went, guys, just send me a video, and you didn't. So I wanted to do it live. So I've got it here. Guys, get involved. Okay, I'm going to put the tongue twister on the screen now. And I want you to try and read it out and try and do it yourselves. And if you want, send me a video later and we'll feature it on next month's show. So here it is. Okay? I think you can do it. But bear in mind, you did struggle a long time ago. I think it was episode 1, where it was Irish wristwatch. You couldn't say that. Can you still not say it?
Irish wristwatch.
Nice.
But like,
Nice.
I have to really think about it. Like, that's working hard for those half a second to say that.
Irish wristwatch.
Irish wristwatch. Yeah. Okay. So I'll do this one.
So can you say this one?
Hang on, a drink.
Click, 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 click.
Okay. If 2 witches would watch 2 watches, which witch would watch which witch watch?
Oh no!
almost got it.
Failed. You just failed it on the end.
Yeah.
Try again.
Oh.
Go on, you can do it. Go on. You were so close, mate.
If 2 witches would watch 2 watches, which witch would watch which watch?
Nice. Nailed it. I'll go just to save face, I guess. If 2 witches would watch 2 watches, which witch would watch which watch?
Nice. That was
Perfect.
faster.
Great. Next. Right. Oh, we've actually got a question. Okay. Right. We'll just do this one question then. For everyone's favourite feature, maybe not anymore. We'll have to look into this. It is Ask Anti-Fail. That was good timing with the music in the background there, wasn't it? Okay, so we've got one from Comic Bound. Anti-Phil, what is the best way to combine the words Batman and Mortal Kombat?
I know the answers now.
It's asking for a friend.
Asking for a friend. Okay.
So, for anyone who needs a bit of context, if you didn't watch long ago now, it was Shane's Dawn of Comics quiz night. We had to mash together Mortal Kombat and Batman to make the word Mortal Kombat Man. But Phil, you just couldn't grasp it, could you? You really didn't understand at this stage. And do you remember what you said?
No, because I think I just wrote the 2 answers. Because with Shane, if you write the answers down, you can, that you get an answer for each correct answer. But when you smash them together, that's what I struggle with. So I had Batman and Mortal Kombat, and I just couldn't work out how's it going to Hulk word smash. It's called a portmanteau. Is that a portmanteau?
Yeah, portmanteau. Yeah.
So yeah, Mortal Kombat Man. But of course, I couldn't get that, and I was haunted for a long time, like a real long time. Until the recent quiz where I made a bigger fool of myself but
You did.
Go watch that.
We'll bring that up next month. That's fine.
Mm.
Okay, another question for Ask Auntie Phil. What is the best way to find an omnibus without breaking the bank for a newbie?
Ooh. You've just got to follow the right people on Instagram. Usually myself, Chris from Off My Shelves, Mad Dog Comics, all those kind of guys, and then just have patience and just surf the web looking for cheap deals. There are some websites, booksetcetera.com.
Yeah,
They usually do better deals. So yeah,
Abe Books is quite good.
yes,
It's quite like a book search engine kind of thing, and it gives you loads of different websites. I've used that a few times, and that's come in handy.
And coming up in What's All the Omnibus About, I actually found a new website, which I'm going to refer to. So stay tuned for that, and I'll ask some questions on that too.
Perfect. Yeah, and I think it depends on the person you're following as well on Instagram or YouTube, because some people have codes and or like discounts or whatever, like save a couple quid here and there.
What I will say, and it's easy for me to say because I don't follow this, but don't fall into the whole FOMO. I am guilty of that.
Yes.
But if there's a book that's out of print that you really, really want, and you see it for like double the price, you're tempted to go buy it. Just hold off. It more than likely will at some point be reprinted, and we know this with the Power Rangers stuff, for example. We're waiting for that to be reprinted.
Yeah. A perfect example of that for me was when I wanted to start collecting the complete collections of the Jason Aaron Thor. And the first book was like 70 odd quid to buy, like on eBay, secondhand, whatever. And then you just told me randomly one day you were looking through Previews World and you saw that they were reprinting it. So this was perfect. And now I got it. I had it at like 26 quid or something like that. And so that was, it's stuff like that. Just wait. Either wait around or just surf a lot of websites and just compare stuff. And that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Next one from Sam. What's your thoughts on the new Hulk run?
It's weird. I don't know if you're reading it, Scott.
I'm waiting for the trade. I'm not getting it in singles. I want to read it.
I feel like I haven't actually made my mind on it yet. It's 3 issues in. I'm 50-50, like in terms of keeping it on or dropping it, because it could just become magnificent and really clever, or he's just going the complete other direction. I don't know. It's the jury's out, unfortunately. But stay on it, because I think by issue 6, the first arc, you'll get a good idea of what's happening, I think. Okay,
great. JWD Comics, ratio variance, yes or no?
Again, similar to the previous Omnibus question, I have been sucked into ratio variance in the past and spent a lot of money on it. As much as they look pretty, of course they do, but I mean, it's like you're buying the same material in the book. It's a cover buy. Just buy the art, or download a good image and print it out and put it on your wall, whatever. It's just, I don't know. Again, 50-50 on that. I don't buy any more currently.
Yeah,
but I'm only one book away from loving it. I'm getting sucked back into that world again.
Right. Yeah. But personally, for me, it's like, do you like the series? If you like the series, grab them. Like for me, I'm trying to get all the 7 Secrets issue 1 covers, and there's a few ratios in there. So I'm only doing that because I'm a massive fan of the series. So it depends if you're doing it for that or if you're doing it for spec. It's totally your call. But I think we're both out on that, aren't we?
Yeah. I mean, I'm looking here at a few 1-in-25s up on the wall. Well, I don't think they're 1-in-25s actually, but they're...
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Another one from Andy. Do you know anyone who wants to buy my comic collection? Isn't it massive?
There'd be a lot of people who would want to buy it. Being able to afford it.
There's a difference.
Yeah. I've seen some of the things Andy's picking up, and I don't think I could remortgage the house, I suppose, and I could do it.
That'd be a really good reason to remortgage the house, I think.
I'd have to ask my wife if she'll allow me.
I think the answer will be no.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. All right, another one from Adam. Why does Spider-Man's Iron Spider suit only have 3 extra mechanical limbs in the comic? And what implications does this have about the theory Peter was naturally gifted a 5th limb?
It's just a real thing.
We'll stop the questions there, guys. We've got a few more, so we'll stop there. Thank you very much, and then we'll move on.
Is this a real thing? I mean, is this like a joke, like a third leg type of thing, like a 5th limb? Is that what...
Your guess is as good as mine, mate. Why does Spider-Man's iron spider suit only have 3 extra mechanical limbs in the comics? And what implications does this have about the theory Peter was naturally gifted a 5th limb? Is this just trying to say he's got a big?
Willie?
Yeah.
That's what I take from it. Well done, Peter Parker.
Good job. From Shane, is Deceased better than Kingdom Come?
According to the Nerd Herd Comic Book Club leaderboard, yes.
You absolutely shafted us.
Oh, come on.
And the whole entire community, mate. You've ruined it.
Listen, if I had lied and give you a false score just to fall in line, it would have like destroyed any integrity of the leaderboard.
Yeah, well, seems like your integrity is already gone with that score. Okay, Blue Sonic. With new books being released all the time, how do you deal with a collector's biggest issue, space? Get more. Phil bought a shed.
Yeah, I had to buy a shed. I mean, I'll just swing the camera around. I store all my comics in these really useful 64-liter boxes, and
nice.
I keep buying them.
How many liters is one comic? Milliliters?
I don't know.
How many comics is 64 liters?
We get about what's that? 3 short boxes. What's that? 450 comics in one of these. And I have 1, 2, 3. I have 7 plus four short boxes down there. So yeah,
Man.
It's there's nothing you can do. You just have to accept it. You're in this craze.
You're
plus,
either in or you're out.
I have the cube shelf as well for the omnibuses.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I'm quite strict in them. I've said to you, Scott, before, I'm stopping. I'm not buying another shelf. Once it's full, I'll have to sell one to put a new one in. And I'm going to stick to that.
You.
Yeah.
You're going to have like the perfect collection. And you.
Told you before, I just want to retire early and just spend the rest of my life reading all
this. That'd be great, wouldn't it? It'd be awesome. Andy, if you had to choose between Sean or James, who would you pick? From the Panels and Pints crew, Sean or James?
That's a really tough question, but Sean lives down the street from me, and I think he's a bit of a hellion, so he might like throw eggs at my house. So I'm gonna have to pick Sean, just in fear of like
just because you don't want eggs on your house.
Yeah,
it's fair enough. Okay, from Triple G, hope you're doing well, mate. Why do you hate good comics? Why do you hate good comics? I'm thinking this is to do with Kingdom Come.
Yeah, if anyone who doesn't understand the context, Kingdom Come was in the Nerd Herd. I scored it quite low, but I thought it was a good score. 7.5 out of 10 is good. So stop, demanding more from me. It's a good comic. I just, after the second, third reread, I'll appreciate it a lot more, I'm sure.
Yeah, okay. So that is it for everyone's favourite feature. Thank you for asking questions on Ask Auntie Phil. There he is. I love old lady Auntie Phil. Looks brilliant. What?
That's me all the time.
Is that you off screen in your man's dressing gown, whatever you call it? It's not a dressing gown, is it?
House coat.
Yeah, your house coat. Yeah.
It is a house coat. Yeah.
Yes. Right. Okay. So thank you very much, everyone, for joining in on Ask Auntie Phil. It is now time on. It is now time to move on to Philip's well-researched feature. It is.
Oh, what's all the omnibus about then?
So, Phil, give us the goss. What's going on?
Well researched. This took me 5 minutes to knock up last night. Right. Okay. So
is that all you knocked up last night? Sorry. Carry on.
Yeah. Yes. Did I? Yeah. So I mean, it's good to see that Scott and I kind of has the bug as well. With kind of collected editions and so on. Mm-hmm. So this is also the portion of the show where I talk about omnibuses, omniboo, omnibuy, deluxes, whatever it may be, not just exclusive to omnibus.
Big books.
Big books, yeah. So I've made sections. So a couple of pre-orders that Scott and I have got ourselves in a bit of a tizzy about. There's a few of them. One is Rick Remender on his Instagram account gave some news on an upcoming solicit of a Prestige edition of 7 to Eternity. Prestige is like the really big one, like Death or Glory, the really big Prestige.
No, will that fit?
It fits. Death and Glory fits in mine, so if they're the same dimensions, I imagine it should be.
See, the Boom Studios hardcovers are bigger than normal hardcovers, so if it's the same size as the Boom Studios one, then it will fit. But anything bigger, I think I'll have a problem.
I think it's roughly the same as Something is Killing the Children, without
Okay.
actually putting them
Phew.
side by side. Maybe I'll do a
okay.
video, Scott, and I'll maybe like put them
Compare
together.
sizes.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get together and
Off
compare
books.
sizes.
Off books.
Oh,
off
right,
books.
okay.
Because Scott would win that hands down.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah. Like I said, this isn't a title I can recommend at first hand 'cause I've never read it. But I googled it, and one line has me completely sold on it. Listen to this: mystical and sci-fi dark fantasy with influences from J.R.R. Tolkien. I'm sold, and George
Oh, yeah,
R.R.
you are.
Martin. Yeah, along with elements. This is what's weird. Along with elements from Western shoot 'em up movies. So like dark sci-fi space fantasy.
Sounds
with,
like a cowboy Lord of the Rings.
yeah, I think it's gonna be fantastic.
Sounds awesome.
Porn it is. That's Rick Remender, and
Yeah.
I was a big fan of his Deadly Class series, so it comes highly recommended from folk in the know. Now, the cheapest I found it, and I mentioned the website earlier on, cheapest I found it for pre-order is on a site called awesomebooks.com.
Awesome books. Oh, I'm gonna write that down.
For £36.69.
How many issues?
There's I want to say 36 maybe, but it's not book one. I'm not entirely sure. You're probably
I think
talking
it collects
around.
because there's only 4 volumes of Seven to Eternity, so I think it collects everything.
What does
I
it?
don't know how many issues that is. Maybe it's like 24, maybe 30.
If I'd have spent more than 5 minutes writing this down, I probably would have included this. What it all included. But if anyone's ever used awesomebooks.com, let me know, because that's a good price, and I don't want to buy from them not knowing are they legit,
Yeah.
and also what
Yeah.
their packaging's like. 'Cause that's the most important thing. There's nothing worse than getting a book delivered damaged, you know.
Of course.
Another book that Scott and I are hugely excited about. We are big fans of Daniel Ward Johnson, and his Murder Falcon Deluxe is now up for pre-order. Like I say, he done the beta Ray Bill series last year, which is one of my books of 2021. Loved it. And of course, friend of the show, Mike Spicer, joins
boy.
him on colours. Yeah, he's a good lad. And I've copy and pasted this here. This is what it sounds like. Okay, so it's very much rock and roll, heavy metal kind of based book. The world is under attack by monsters, and Jake's life is falling apart. No band, no girl, no future, until he meets Murder Falcon. He is sent from the heavy, whatever that is, to destroy all evil, but he can't do it without Jake shredding up a storm. Now, with every chord Jake plays on his guitar, the power of metal fuse Murder Falcon into an all-out kung fu fury on those that seek to conquer Earth. It's time to shred.
Man,
Like,
this
that's the
sounds
thing.
mental.
It does. It sounds like it's up my street. Like, this is why we love comic books.
I know.
That's why we like comic books. So, what I will say, I have it pre-ordered from Forbidden Planet, £18.62. It does add £4 for postage. Like, W.H. Smith have it for £22.13 with free delivery, and you can get 10% off at the minute throughout January. But I've never had luck with W.H. Smith pre-orders.
I've got one thing pre-ordered, and I'm hoping you're going to be talking about it in a sec. So,
Okay, from W.H. Smith.
yes.
Oh, sorry to just put that have died in your mind.
I know. Yeah, I'm full of doubt now.
But some news that kind of broke in the last 24 hours. So going back to Rick Remender and Deadly Class.
Oh,
In a past episode of Comic Airwaves, I referred to the reprint of the deluxe edition of Book 1 and 2 before the new release of Book 3, which I was very excited about. It seems that some issues have kind of shown itself in the past 24 hours, courtesy, well, I found out from our pal Dean, of course.
Do you know?
Forbidden Planet have been notifying their punters that they had to cancel pre-orders for Books 1 and 2 due to supply issues. I had mine pre-ordered from Wordery, and I've got a backup pre-order with Reed's Comics, and they're not due to dispatch until the 18th of March, so I'll hang tight and I'll wait and just see if any other retailers have the same problem before I try and cancel one of those two, just to kind of better my chances. But I want those books. Okay, this is longer than I thought. This is more than 5 minutes.
Come on, man.
Okay, right. Announcements. One new Marvel Omnibus announced recently, and Shane, this is one for Shane. Going to be all over this book, Shane. It's Captain Marvel Omnibus by Kelly Sue.
Shane, buy it now before it goes out of print.
Yeah, it's expected in October. Get your pre-order in. You will love that. Okay, but there is another announcement. It's got me excited. Coming in April 27th, we have The Boys Oversized Omnibus Volume 1. Written by Gareth Ennis and drawn by Derek Robertson. I'm a fan of the show. Are you, Scott?
Yes.
Well, I want to read the source material as well, so look out for that pre-order. I know some US stores have the pre-orders up, but I couldn't find a UK retailer yet that has that pre-order.
Right.
So that's all the kind of news really about omnibuses. I've got a few releases here for the next month ahead. February the 2nd, I got Wolverine and the X-Men by Jason Aaron. The Sandman Deluxe Book 5. Scott, are you still collecting those?
I've got the first 2 so far, but yeah.
Well, Book 5's out next week.
Nice.
TMNT, the IDW Collection Volume 1 reprint. You know I collect those, everybody. And
yeah, and you're doing all the regular review videos as well.
Yeah, I've got one up. Yeah, regular. So yeah, they're reprinting Volume 1 again, so good on that. 2 trade paperbacks I think people should jump on because I've read the single issues. That's Fight Girls and Sea of Sorrows. They're due next week. The week after, the 9th of February, it's Snow Angels by Jeff Lemire. And another one that's went under the radar, which I've read, Marjorie Finnegan, Temporal Criminal. It's an AWA book. Fantastic. And then on February the 23rd, you get X-Men Omnibus Volume 1. One for you, Scott. Deceased, Hopes at World's End, trade paperback. And Moon Knight Omnibus Volume 1.
Phil, what the hell?
I know I didn't.
Once Future is out in like 4 days.
It's not. I'm sorry to tell you.
No, it is. My copy. Mate, don't be like that.
To be fair, I looked it up last night and I couldn't find anywhere to buy it. That was my issue.
W. Smith.
Yeah, well.
Oh,
who knows?
God, don't do this to me.
Because Boom have messed things up a few times. So who really knows when this is coming out?
Oh, well, I'm just gonna. I'll just cry. Is that everything, Phil?
That is what all the Omnifuss is about.
Oh, what's all the omnifuss about then?
And there we go. Some fantastic information there about loads of omnibuses. I am definitely getting more and more into collecting bigger books, but I'm still holding my kind of page cap at like 300-400 pages.
Yeah.
I don't want to sit down at a desk to read a book. I don't know. It just doesn't sit right with me. But I think we're ready now, guys. Luke and Connie, give us a wave if you're ready. Yeah, great. They are ready to go. So let's get back into our brand new game, Ready, Steady, Book, and see what the guys have got for us. So here you are. You have your synopsises, your synopsi. Synopsisness. Yeah? Okay, so how was it, first of all? Connie, how was it for you?
I have realised that maybe writing isn't for me.
Okay, all right. Luke?
Well, see, what I've learned is that really, I think my talents are wasted.
Wow, okay,
I love
all
the
right.
confidence.
Okay, that's good, right. Do you have titles? Yeah, Luke's got a title. So, Luke, what's yours?
Mine is The Forbidden Kingdom of Dave.
Ooh, nice.
Of
okay.
what?
Of Dave.
Oh, Dave. Sorry.
Forbidden.
Brilliant.
Oh, it doesn't fit.
I
was sorry. It's gonna have to be Forbidden Kingdom of Dav.
I would
right,
read that already.
Okay, and Connie, do you have a title?
Chemical Jealousy. That's the only thing I can come up with.
Nice. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna put the poll up now, and I want you guys to vote whose is better. So Connie, you were contestant number 1. Would you mind, please, reading us your synopsis for Chemical Jealousy?
Okay, so when an up-and-coming evil scientist on the cusp of his next promotion in the enter your generic world domination group here gets his mind control toxin stolen by his mortal enemy Dave, he's furious when Dave gets his promotion. He decides enough is enough and works with a group of unlikely detectives to get his revenge on enter generic world domination group here that refuse to recognize his talents over Dave's. Damn it, Dave. With jealousy as his motive and fueled by his hatred of Dave, Chemical Jealousy will see the most unlikely of person become the hero of the hour.
Nice. Okay. So yes. So you know the parody, the paradoxical,
Paradoxical.
the funny bit of that is the fact that you involve Dave, and just the
He
word
was
Dave
the villain,
makes.
but now he's the good guy.
It's just like the prequel for Forbidden Kingdom of Dave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dave's origin
So,
story.
That was quite good. I like that.
Yeah,
Thank you very much. I also liked the insert generic world domination company here. Very well thought. So yeah, okay, sounds cool. I like that. Luke, let's remind everyone as well. So Connie, your categories were parody, scientist, hero, and jealousy. That's what you had to deal with. Luke, you had martial arts as your genre, Dave as your character, love as your theme, and death as your motive. So, can you tell us about the Forbidden Kingdom of Dave?
Our story is one of love, death, and Dave. Dave was a small-town punk in the shadow of his brother. Then he met Juliet and found the light to disperse the shadows. The light shines bright from his fists when he is fighting for her. His story is remade when he learns of the death of his brother, and now he must rule these streets. Can Dave do martial arts and keep his small-town girl, or will his surprise rival, Bob, take his love? Take his love. This story is brought to you by celebrated writer Luke, also credited for Dave Does Manhattan, Dave Done, Rush Dave, and the Karate Dave.
The Karate Dave. So this is an ongoing series of Dave. Is this like the 4th installment of Dave?
Oh, this is his origin story. After this, he then goes to Manhattan.
Oh, right. Dave
And
and
then he's
Manhattan.
done Dave Done. You think it's over, and then it's Rush Dave.
You're already making synopsises for the other stories you didn't have to make up. This is great. So, okay, so Dave has to fight Bob for the love of this lady.
Juliet.
But is he going to kill Bob? Because that's his motive. Death is his motive.
Well, his motive is what makes him have to fight in the streets, and that's the
Yes.
death of his brother.
Right, sorry, yes. Wow, great. Okay, so you've all heard that now. So we want you guys now in the chat to go ahead on the poll and vote for who you think is better. Which contestant here cooked the best book in our Ready Steady Book feature? Was it Connie with Chemical Jealousy, or was it Luke with The Forbidden Kingdom of Dave? So far we got 8 votes in, and currently Connie, you're in the lead.
Ooh, that's all Northumbria University.
I thought the Dave saga, that's the whole of Newcastle, you know. my 3 friends have shown up.
Right. Okay. So we'll give it another 30 or so seconds. So guys, did you enjoy that?
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
Really enjoyed it.
Hard work. Were you stressed?
Much more stressful part was I couldn't remember all my Jackie Chan films.
Rush Hour. That's it.
The Karate Kid, Forbidden
The
Kingdom.
Spy Next Door.
Yes.
Dave Next Door would have been brilliant.
Dave
Next
Next
Door.
Door.
You could have had like.
It's like the girl next door, but Dave.
Yeah. I was thinking like the Adam Sandler. Was it Adam Sandler like 51st Dates, but 51st Daves?
First Dave.
51st date with Dave.
Yeah, 51st Dates with Dave. Yeah, great. Okay, so time is up and the votes are in. We've got 14 votes overall. It's quite the landslide. It's like 2/3 of it has gone to Connie for Chemical Jealousy, and then so that's with 64%, and then 36% has gone to Luke for The Forbidden Kingdom of Dave. Both of them sound absolutely fantastic, and I think you should honestly approach some publishers with these stories. But
Kevin's
Connie
in the
may...
chat. Maybe he'll steal this for at least steal his ideas for himself.
Yes,
They're not
Kevin.
patented or anything, so feel free to.
Speak to Kevin Wells. He's in the chat. I mean, he's a writer. He's an artist. He might be able to make a story for you guys. Who knows?
I mean,
This could be.
I would
start of
definitely
a
read the
beautiful
saga
career.
of Dave.
Me too. Me too. Perfect. Well, thank you very much, guys, for playing Ready Steady Book. It's time for you to go. I hope you have a lovely evening. Do go ahead and join the rest of the show. Watch along, and thank you very much. And I will see you guys again.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Enjoy your night.
See ya. Thanks for coming. See ya. Bye. What a lovely duo of people they were. They were great guys.
Yeah, definitely.
Ready City Book, really fun. Guys, let us know in the chat if you like this feature. Yeah, how we can improve. How we, just let us know any tips you want to give for this. Then we will happily improve on that if you want. Again, this is a community-driven show, and it is all for you at the end of the day. Phil, what are you drinking, mate?
I'm just pouring myself a Kraken. I think it's called Kraken.
It is.
Kraken
Right.
with some ginger ale.
Ooh, yeah, that's what I have all the time.
I know. That's why I have it.
Gets me very intoxicated. I have a great time with that. Okay, so Kevin wants a crossover. The chemical jealousy of Dave. That's what he wants. Thanks, Kev. Comic Bound says well done to Luke and Connie as well. So yeah, there we go. I really enjoyed that. Phil, did you enjoy that?
I did, yeah. I kind of wanted to play myself, but then I'm not as creative as either of those two characters.
You can play next time. When Liam's here, you can play next time. If you want, of course. If you want.
I won't win, no, but the taking part that matters.
Yeah. Yeah. Right, so we are about... It's not just good, it's cracking.
Nice.
Thomas is sitting with a dram himself. Nice. What are you drinking, mate? Everyone, tell us what you're drinking. Why not? And is it in a Comic Airwaves mug? If not, do you want one? Let us know. Good little plug there. Anyway, we are halfway through the show now, so let's go ahead. If you weren't here at the start to see the schedule, we will show you what we've got coming up for the rest of the show. Here it is. So we've got the interview coming up next with Kevin Wells for The Last Ein Hier Jahr. Then we've got the news and the weather. Then we've got our books of the month, so get yours lined up as well. And then we're going to play the game. But what game will it be? Who knows? Let's spin the wheel. Let's find out. What's it going to be? What's it going to land on? I'm not going to tell you. Sorry, you got to wait a little bit longer to find out what game we're going to play. But yes, but if you do want to play, please tell us who is your hero to answer. So send us this answer, and we'll pick someone from the list, and they will get a chance to play. You'll join us on the show. Video is completely optional. You can join us just audio if you like. We all get it. You might not have done your hair, so you can join us just audio if you like to play. I nearly said the title then. To play the game that I have lined up. Okay? So, JWD, it's just a beer for him. Just a beer. And Kevin, whiskey and Coke. Do I get a mug for being interviewed? You can if you pay for it. It's not for free, mate. I bought your book. You buy my mug. I mean, it's fair, right? It's fair. I'll even sign it. Sign it for you? I don't know. Anyway, Connie is back in the chat. I'd read the Saga of Dave. Fair dues, Luke. Absolutely aced it. There we go. And so Thomas, he's gotten us some more detail for the dram. He's drinking Octomore whiskey, the most expensive bottle he's ever bought, and he's drinking it watching Airwaves. That's amazing.
That's the kind of thing you keep for the birth children or something like that. Keep the expensive whiskey for that reason.
Yeah.
He's opened it for Airwaves. That's an honor. Thanks, man.
Yeah. Seems fair. I mean, yeah, he'll buy a mug. Fair enough. Yeah. Cool. Andy's doing his hair. Oh wait, for anyone who doesn't know Andy doesn't have any hair. So
on his head.
On his head, yeah. Everywhere else covered, neck to toe, absolutely covered.
Hairy toe Andy is what we call him, really.
And sounds like Adam's a bit hungover. He's drinking water because he drank way too much last night. Hope you're okay. What were you drinking? That'd be nice to know.
Is Adam never not hungover? He's always hungover.
Yeah, but does what he likes. He's a good boy, so we'll let it pass. Right, so we're going to show you now a video clip for The Last Ein Hier Jahr, a little advert selling this book, and if you like the look of it, we will give you information to go and grab that if you want, and then straight after that we will move on to the interview that Liam and I had with him. Phil wasn't there. He didn't want to be there. No, I'm joking.
Sorry, Kev.
Phil couldn't make it, so it was just me and Liam, and so we had a chat as well. So let's go ahead and show you what this book is all about.
Let's do this.
Kevin's here, everyone. We're going to have a chat with him. He is the writer, the creator, the artist of The Last Ein Hier Jahr. Been practicing that.
It says it properly, yeah.
Yes. It did help that he put a pronunciation in the back of issue 2. So I was like, yes, awesome.
Was it issue 2? I put it.
I think so.
I thought I left
so,
it to
yeah.
issue 3. I've got issue 2 and 3 here. I almost sold out issue 1. So.
Let's see. Yeah, in the back of issue 2, and that, that page there. Yeah, so thank you very much for that.
You're welcome.
Yeah, because I can imagine you've had a lot of people pronouncing the title in quite a few different ways.
Yeah, it's like, how do you say that? Like, Ein Hier Jahr. Like, break it down, and it's a silent, and it's a soft J.
Yeah.
Okay, Ein Hier Jahr. Like, nah, you're close, but nah.
But yes, thank you for joining us, and welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. We met you, Liam and I. We met you at Birmingham MCM in November last year, and you were selling this book and the 2 other issues that you'd sold as well, that you'd created at the time, and I think it both really jumped out at me and Liam because of how well we are both really big fans of like Nordic mythology kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was brilliant, and you were very kind to sign our copies as well. So issue 1 was an oversized coloured copy.
Yep.
And then issues 2 and 3 were standard size and black and white inside. And I'll start off just by saying they're a blast to read.
Thank you. Thank
really
you very
good.
much.
Yeah, really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Oh,
But before we go any further, do you want to tell us and everyone watching a little bit about yourself?
About myself? Yes. So I'm a struggling freelance illustrator, and I like to create my own comics. And like most people who enjoy comics and stuff, I've always wanted to be a comic book artist since I was a kid, and just want to carry on. And I just want to make comics, and I'd love to be at a professional level. But I'm enjoying putting out my own books as well at the same time. It's getting me on the ladder. It's caught some attention from you guys, and that's kind of me generally. Just an artist, just a struggling poor artist. Give me money.
So
that's why I'm on this podcast. I'm just here to ask people for money.
And that's it. And we're here to help you get that money. Do you just want to give us your bank details now, and we'll just bypass
sure.
the whole,
Hold on.
book thing. Do you want to give a quick synopsis about the story that we got so far?
Oh yeah, I probably should, shouldn't I?
Yeah, that's fine.
When we go, what's he talking about? Right, so this is the synopsis I sold Scott and Liam on.
100%.
It's Ragnarok has happened, and the 9 realms have been completely no, not the 9 realms. Earth, Asgard, and Jotunheim have been completely destroyed. The rest of the 9 realms have all merged into one realm called Endirheim, and the only surviving races are like dwarves and elves at the moment. Ulf, the story is about Ulf, and he is the last of the Einherjar, and they were Odin's warriors in Valhalla, and he survived the Battle of Ragnarok, and now he's kind of going around towns being like a help for hire sort of guy. He then comes across the last human. So 2 humans survive Ragnarok, and you'll meet them when you buy the books. So he helps. His job is to help the last female human, Claire, retrieve her husband from the evil Svartris. And Svartris is a guy making a play to control Endirheim, and he has his own malicious intent.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to give too much away because we haven't got up to what his ultimate plan is yet. So
Yeah.
So you said colouring isn't your favourite thing to do. So was it always a case that after issue 1 you were going to scrap colour and go to black and white?
it was a case of that, yeah, because at college, uni, they wanted me to do it in colour because they'd be like, it'll stand out, which it has. But also, I print these all by myself. I pay for the printing myself. I don't Kickstart or anything because I'm no good with social media and trying to get a following. I get a following, but then you it's like 30 people have seen your post. Be like, oh, so the printing costs. The printing costs are what made me go black and white as well.
What kind of inspired you and pushed you to do a kind of Norse mythological type story?
So I've always been interested in like Norse mythology, any mythology really. Yeah. I really enjoy that. I'm a big heavy metal fan as well, and and I like power metal. So they're always singing about Vikings and stuff, and that's kind of influenced me with the storytelling. Like, oh, I know a bit about Norse mythology now, and I like that thing. I think I look like a bit like a Viking, so as well. So I was just thinking, this kind of taken from the mythology, the metal stuff. I read Thor comics. I like Thor. Yeah. So me too, I just wanted to mix those together and kind of come up with my own story. But I also wanted Ragnarok to happen now. Right. So that's why we got a Claire in the book. Why we got a modern day woman in the book rather than someone in the past. Because I thought Ragnarok hasn't happened yet, so we can have Ragnarok happen today, and the two humans that survive Ragnarok, will be two modern humans. Yeah. Whereas rather than two humans in 1,000 years ago.
More about you then. You said you're a comic book fan and everything. What do you like? What do you like reading? Do you collect comics? Do you like what do you gravitate to in terms of stories and stuff? What do you like?
Well, recently it's been I've been a bit. I haven't been following anything that really closely. Last series I read was Venom by Donny Cates. Nice. Which I loved that series, and anything by Donny Cates at the moment. So I'm reading. Actually, the one series I am keeping up with is I'm behind on Thor. I got up to the first 2 story arcs I read of Thor, which are really good. Yeah, they are. The thing is, I buy it on Comixology, so I'll buy it on Comixology, and then it'll just sit on my iPod, and I'll forget about it. So I've been reading this series called Crossover. Have you read that?
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, Crossover's good. So those are the kind of things I'm reading recently. But growing up, it was all Spider-Man, Avengers, Brian Michael Bendis, Avengers. I'm a Marvel guy more than a DC, but I do love Batman as well. So
who doesn't? Everyone loves Batman.
Yeah, and actually, the series I love the most because I'm a huge Star Wars fan is Charles Soule's Darth Vader series that came out. That was really good. Good comic, just good comics in general. It's like I wish they kind of stuck doing comics rather than stick to doing comics now rather than anything else. Nice. But that's my that's kind of my tastes in comics. But I'll read mostly anything I've got.
Read anything.
Yeah, anything. You hand it me, say it's good, I'll give it a go.
Okay. Yeah.
Here we go.
So taking it back to the last Einherjar, do you have a favourite page, favourite book or character?
Oh, hold on. I've got my books by me. I can show you. I got. I like that page, that spread.
Yeah. That is a nice one.
That's one of my favourites. I'll give you a bit of backstory behind this. So, drawing it, I was having trouble coming up with the proportions, coming up with the not the proportions, the perspective. So
Yeah.
I took a photo. I stuck an action figure on like a row of books, and I took a photo of it underneath. As the secrets of the artist, and I
Yeah,
quite
wow.
like that one. This 9-page grid.
Yes,
That's something
good.
I thought I do a comics drawing class for
All right.
for a college.
Yeah.
I just do it as a enrichment course, and that's
Right.
that's the page that I go. This is the one I did, and it's great for the timing and stuff. If I'm going to get nerdy about the art and do like some of the Will Eisner stuff, and start talking about the timings in comics and stuff, and like look at the panel layout. I start the story off quite fast, and then I slow it right down, and then I'm proud of my directing kind of skills on that page.
Yeah.
But those are my favourites. What you just to stroke my ego? Have you guys got?
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
And I'm sure Liam's got the page there to hand, but he showed me just before you arrived, Kev, and we have the same favourite page.
So that was mine.
Yeah.
I just
I love
love
that page.
the different feel. Like it's obviously different. I know you said it's digital, but it's got a charcoal feel to it as opposed to like the clean lines and like comic book style you went for previously.
Yeah.
And it just stands out and gives it such a tonal shift. Like I loved it.
Thank you. Yeah. Again, that was we talk about influences. I'd say you read Hush, Batman Hush.
Not yet. No.
Not yet. So in Batman Hush, the artist Jim Lee will go back and do when he does flashbacks, he did them in kind of like a watercolor thing, rather than the lines of you've all seen Jim Lee artwork. Dude, like rather than that hyper detailed what he's usually doing, he did it in kind of like a watermark series, and I thought, oh, that's good for a flashback. So that's what I wanted to do.
Right.
And again, that page needed to stand out because he's kind of deifying this guy. So
it hammers it home like how bad he potentially is. Like,
Potentially.
so good.
So far, he's a really nice guy, but
Yeah.
potentially bad. To stroke the ego a little bit more, I think this panel here was absolutely awesome. Just the kind of the size of, I think that one's, I can't remember if that one's Hugin or Mugin, but I think it's just brilliant.
It's Moonin, I think. You know what? I don't even remember. It's Moonin, yeah, because he's memory. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah. But
Yeah.
I love that. Just the size of him and just how intimidating that is for Ulf as well. Just really good page.
Thank you.
Yeah. I love that whole scene at the end there. It's really good.
I was, again, a little bit proud of myself, and I'm like, it's just like I can write.
You know what? I am good.
I'm not too bad at this.
Yeah.
Would you like to tell people where and how they can buy these issues?
Yeah. You can look me up at KWiz1988 on Instagram. I can see my website's running underneath as well. So if you go on to www.kwizillustrator.com, there's a message board. You kind of just have to message me because I don't know how to set up a shop on my website.
Right.
So if you message me saying you're interested in the book, I'll get back to you as soon as possible, and then it will just pay through PayPal, and the book will be the books will be on the way to you.
Perfect.
Commissions are open as well, so if anyone's looking for, again, look on my Instagram, look on my website, and see the kind of art I create. And if you're interested in commissioning some art, again, message me. We'll talk prices. We'll
Great, man.
get the work done. That's
fantastic. How much are these books going for? How much are you selling them for?
So they're a £5 each, but if you buy all three, £12.50 and postage and packaging on top of that.
Awesome.
And again, like I said, I've got, I'm not sure how many issue ones I have left. I'll have to have a look, and then I'll get back to you so you can put it in like thing. But yeah, I need to get some more of those printed. So the more people buy them, the more money I have to get,
Yeah, of course,
get them printed,
of
because it
course.
all just goes back
Yes.
into the printing process. So yeah,
That's brilliant. Yeah.
that's that.
Awesome. Great. Thank you very much. This has been brilliant. Kev, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
And having a chat with us. Yeah, again, for everyone who's interested, go ahead and find Kevin on Instagram and Twitter as well at kwiz1988, and go to his website as well to buy some books at kwizillustrator.com.
Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you
That's
for
okay.
having me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And we cannot wait for issue 4 and issue 5. Consider this an official kick up the bum.
Oh, thank you.
And we can't wait. At the end of the day, if you do them, more money, isn't it?
Yeah.
Perfect. But yeah, thank you so much,
Yeah.
and we will definitely speak to you again.
Thank you guys.
Thanks a lot.
Thank
Kev.
you.
See ya.
See ya.
So there we go. That was our chat with Kevin Wells. He's in the chat now. If you guys are enjoying and seeing him comment about what we've just spoken about. So let's see. So we had Pete. Pete turned up. Hi Pete. Thanks for joining. And he was a big fan of Amon Amarth. And Kevin was saying that a scene in the book was inspired by Twilight of the Thunder God, which is quite cool. I'm assuming it's an album. I think it is. Phil, you said you need to buy this. Were you interested?
I do. Yeah, so Kevin hit me up on Insta, and I will have a copy.
This came into my mind, right, straight as we were watching that video. So Kevin was very kind enough to sign my copy and Lee's copies, right? So I was wondering, I'm hoping Kev is still here. Kev, if people get in touch with you and say that they are coming to you from Comic Airwaves, will you sign their books? That's it.
Nothing like peer pressure. Put them on the spot.
No,
live on
I know.
YouTube.
Yeah, I mean, you can say yes, or you can just not reply. So that's that there. But yeah, if anyone is interested in his books, then yeah, you can just go ahead and find him on Instagram at kwiz1988, or you can just go on his website, kwizillustrator.com, and you can get in touch with him there. He did say, so there's 5-issue story, 3 issues are out so far. Here we go. Whoa, I suppose so. That's okay. No pressure, it's fine. So what was I saying? 3 issues out so far, 5 planned, £5 each, or £12.50 for the 3 out so far. I think that's great. You know, pretty much cover price if you get all 3 in one hit.
I'm getting them signed.
Yeah,
signed. Because I can't have Scott and Liam can't have signed copies, and I don't. That wouldn't be fair.
Yeah, you don't even have a mug with writing on the back, do you? So
not yet. And that's
you're not even using your mug. I mean,
mugs for tea. It's 9:30 at night. That's rum time.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, let's have an update. What is everyone else drinking? Have you changed your drink? If you told us what you're drinking so far. But yes, we do have the news and weather coming up. Then we got book of the month, and then we got the game. We've got one entry so far from JWD Comics. He says his comic book related hero, hands down, is J. Scott Campbell. He's an artist who works for Marvel, and he kind of rose to fame through Wildstorm Comics. That's how he got started, and then he went into Marvel, and I think he does some Spider-Man stuff. But yes, JWD, if you are happy to join, then we would love to have you. So yes, Philip, do you have... Connie is still drinking the same beer. That bottle was huge. It was like this. It was massive bottle of beer she was drinking. Anyway, do you want to get into some news? Do you have the news ready?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, sure. Was that another 5-minute Google as well, or?
To be fair, it was fairly late on the news this month.
Okay. Well, anyway, let's get to it.
Hi, and welcome to CA News. No, I'm not going to be that guy. No. As I mentioned, fairly late on the news this month, which is good news. But there were a few stories that stood out for me. Most of them comic book related, but some of them just kind of general pop culture, I suppose. Jeff Lemire pens an exclusive deal with Image Comics. So Lemire, who brought us a host of the finest indie comics such as Gideon Falls, Ascender, Descender, Essex County, Black Hammer, and Sweet Tooth, which has a Netflix adaptation. Essex County is also in development, apparently. He signed an exclusive deal with Image Comics. His relationship with Marvel, it did kind of sour a few years back, but he continued to work for DC, but now he seems focused entirely on his own creator-owned work. I mean, is it freedom of work, the chance to kind of build and create new worlds, or is he just kind of wants the money for himself when he sells the IP for a TV show? I can't blame him, but either way, we will all benefit. I'm a big fan of Jeff Lemire. Scott, we have reported stories on some classic comic books selling for millions and millions of dollars.
Was there another one?
Well, there was Action Comics before. There was Batman #1, I think, and then there was Detective Comics 27, sold for millions of dollars.
Yeah.
But we now have our first original art breaking all sorts of records. So throughout January at some point, and if you're like Scott and myself, you'll be a fan of Secret Wars. Fantastic book. Check out the Nerd. Yeah.
Sorry.
Check out the Nerd Comic Book Club, our very first ever review.
Such a
In
shit
issue
book.
8, I think it's issue 8. Literally Street Cred, if I'm wrong here.
Oh, yes, you are right. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, in issue 8 of that series, we were introduced to the symbiote that would later become Venom. It was latched on to Spider-Man in that issue. Mike Sachs' drawing of the superhero engulfed by the alien symbiote breaks previous record for original comic art, beating the art for the first appearance of Wolverine. It didn't just beat that record, it obliterated it, reaching a rather tidy sum of $3.36 million.
Wow.
For
So
art.
what was
So Kev,
was
just
the
keep
previous
going,
one?
and then one day you could sell for $3.6 million. Who knows?
what was the previous one?
Wolverine had sold for $657,000. This is
Jeez.
according to like Forbes magazine, by the way. So quote unquote. The symbiote drawn itself had a pre-auction estimate of $330,000. So it's like, what's the math there, Scott? 10 times its
Yeah,
estimate.
loads.
Yeah.
Loads more. Several.
I mean, some news that will have Scott, Amy, and I'm sure many others on tenterhooks is that it appears an Asgardian hero will unfortunately meet their end in Thor's landmark
don't be
issue
like that now. Don't
number
You're
757.
going to spoil something.
I'm not spoiling it. It's not
Oh,
for you, I know.
jeez.
I know Kev obviously
Freak out.
Kev being a Thor fan as well, he might be disappointed to hear this as well, but unfortunately, it is news. So, celebrating 60 years of Thor, Marvel have gathered some of their classic creators such as Walt Simmons, Jason Aaron, and more, and they're joining current writer Donny Cates for this special oversized issue, confirming that Thor and his allies will mourn the loss of a beloved ally in the preceding God of Hammer story arc, which is now kicked off. Solicitations state Thor will suffer a horrific and tragic loss, but they have not revealed who. Beta Ray Bill seems to be the one on everyone's lips.
I don't want it.
I'm not so sure it's Beta Ray Bill. I have my own theory. But either way, I mean, the good thing is death in comics is never really permanent.
Yeah, but come on.
See, I think, and I don't know how this works, because Odin can't die, essentially. But I think it's going to be Odin in some way, shape, or form. Because they've definitely built this kind of relationship with him and his dad again, like this kind of back and forth.
they
A lot.
have.
So
Yeah,
that's what
true.
I'm thinking. But I don't know how Odin can die, but I think that's where it's headed. Scott, do you happen to have like a few £billion laying around?
Yeah. How
Maybe
do you think we make such a fantastic production on Comic Airwaves?
I know, I was thinking like 68, 69 billion laying around.
I've just got 67, sorry.
Ah, man, we might miss out.
Shit.
So, as you know, comics and gaming, they kind of go hand in hand. And I'm sure you've heard about the astronomical amounts of money that traded hands when Microsoft acquired Activision Blizzard, which also included many other gaming developers. So we're talking about the people who are responsible for some heavy hitters, Call of Duty, Overwatch, World of Warcraft. The total, 68.7 billion. Billion. Like that's...
Yeah, that's...
Well, to give a bit of kind of context, I suppose, they had actually previously purchased Bethesda, who brought us Doom, Fallout, Skyrim, and Wolfenstein.
Yeah.
In September 2020 for a lowly sum of 7.5 billion. So, like an extra $60 billion got them.
Jesus.
Like this is just can't comprehend this sums of money. But yeah, Scott, that's all for the news this month. Now it's time for the weather.
Okie doke. Let's get to the weather. So we have Daredevil. Oh, sorry. Okay, we've got Daredevil Woman Without Fear #1 at $150. That's a 1 in 50 variant. Catwoman 39 at $115 is a 1 in 25 variant. Moon Knight #2 coming in at $80. The first appearance of Dr. Arthur Harrow. Hulk #3 coming in at $40. This is a very nice 1 in 25 variant by Tradmore. Then we got Superman, the Man of Steel 18 at $25. The first full appearance of Doomsday. Then we got Suicide Squad #4, just a little $10 there, but it's the first appearance of William Hell. And we've got Black Bolt #1 at $5, the first solo title featuring Black Bolt. So there we go. That is the weather and what is hot and cold where you are. There we go. There we go. So that is the news and weather.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
Me?
Do you have any of those books?
No. Well, I mean, I've got Woman Without Fear, but it's not like a 1 in 50 or 1 in 25. It's just the bog standard cover A.
Yeah. Yeah. Luke's in saying World of Warcraft coming to an Xbox near you. Yes. But he's very pleased with that.
There's too much money in the table just to focus solely on Xbox. Us PS5 users won't be left behind, I'm sure.
You will.
No.
You will.
Xbox,
Highland G's here. Thanks for joining me. Phil Spencer must now look after more for Microsoft than its CEO.
Probably.
Yeah. Doing very well. Very, very well. So yeah, I think out of those covers that we saw, the Hulk 1 in 25 one was absolutely beautiful.
Yeah,
it was a bit psychedelic. That was the 1 in 25 by Tradmore. Yeah, just looked awesome. And that's for the current Donny Donny Cates stuff. Connie Dates there.
Yeah, Connie Dates. Have you read Silver Surfer Black?
No.
At all? It's Tradmere on art, and it's one of those ones that's fantastic, but you definitely need to kind of get used to it. As in, like, when you first open it, it's a bit weird and strange and psychedelic, but I really appreciate it. Like, you have to really kind of get into the kind of Kingdom Come. You have to kind of maybe read it once or twice.
Yeah.
To really appreciate it.
Oh, yeah, and then give it a better score when you read it the second time. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, well, it doesn't really matter for the leaderboard. Yeah. Cool.
So off my shelves, he's saying 68 billion. That's 22,000 original Spider-Man pages.
I love the way he sat there and got a calculator out.
I know, yeah.
Or maybe he didn't. Maybe
he's just a genius.
Yeah, he is.
Maybe. I have just had news from producer Welsh Liam.
Oh.
He will be available to join us in 12 minutes.
Well, we might not be here in 12 minutes.
I think we will, but like, right. I understand because I lost Scott versus Phil last year that there is a forfeit for me. If Lee joins, if he's here in time, is there something we can do? No? Okay.
No,
we will do it next month. So maybe Lee won't join us.
Now that you brought that up, as you recall, in the first season, if we're calling it seasons, in the previous incarnation of
yeah, genius.
In the previous incarnation of Comic Airwaves, we had a Scott versus Phil, which I, of course, was triumphant in.
Very, yeah.
Obviously. And there's a forfeit for Scott, and we will do it next week. So, or next month. Next month,
yes.
Tune in for that.
It will be, I'll tell you now the date it'll be, the 26th of February.
Oh, yes.
Okay, a whole 4 weeks to go until you get to see me do something that I have no idea about, and yeah, cool. Right, so let's move on. I don't like that face you pull in, but anyway, let's move on. It is now time for us to speak about a book that we've read and enjoyed this month. It is time for Book of the Month. Here we go. Look at us. Open that book. There we are.
That's my gangster photo.
Every time you say this. You say this
though.
every bloody time. It's a gangster photo. Yes, you do look very G, and you will continue to look G for the rest of your life, because you are. Amazing. Right, so guys, if you've read a book this month, personally for me and Phil, we like to keep it to a book that was out this month. But if you've read a book this month that you enjoyed and it was your personal favourite book of the month, then just tell us what it is, and we'll ping it up on the screen here. So, do you want to go first, or can I?
You can go first.
Okay, cool. So, a few people may know that I am trying to get out of getting single issue comics, so I can just get more trades and collected editions and stuff like that, and deluxes. And so my book of the month isn't a single issue. It is a trade that was out this month. It is from Boom Studios. Of course it is, Scott. You love Boom Studios. So I have gone for The Many Deaths of Layla Starr. This was when this was coming out in singles, this was hyped a lot, and a lot of people were liking it, and I felt like I kind of missed the boat. So I thought I'll just wait for the trade. And so actually, I read it today. The whole thing, cover to cover, and this was bloody brilliant. It focuses on this, the god of death that was fired from her job and then got put into the body of a woman called Layla Starr, who had recently died. And she's basically, the gist of the story, she's trying to stop someone from creating immortality. And she ends up dying. What?
It's just Connie, like, it's just gonna thumbs up.
Right, there we go. In terms of comics, I think Cosmic Ghost Rider might be my favourite read this month.
Nice.
There you go. That's Phil's ego a little bit bigger there. But yeah, so this was such a cool book to read, and at the end, surprisingly emotional. Like, I didn't cry, but there was this kind of welling up inside me, and just when I finished the book, I just felt this kind of, it ended really well. I felt kind of, I don't know, calm, and just there was a lot to think about at the end. It's a fantastic read. It's my first ever book from Ram V, Ram 5, Ram the 5th. No, I know it's Ram V. Yeah, love the book. So I'm interested in picking up more stuff from Ram V now, purely based on this. And Perpetual Comics is saying Layla Starr was his book of the year for last year, and I think Geeky Guy Comics, Charlie, put a post up today that it was like their one, what was it called, the Golden Killer? Oh, I'm really sorry, I can't remember what it was called. You gave it like this stamp of approval, pretty much.
Gold star, gold stamp of approval, yeah.
Yeah, it was basically, it was Charlie loved this book, Andy's loved this book. It's fantastic. If you haven't picked it up, give it a read. It is brilliant. It's, it's just a really slightly philosophical thinker, and I loved it to bits. There we go. Phil, what have you got?
Okay, so my book isn't a real deep thinker of a book, to be honest, like Layla Starr. But I'm not a big thinker, as you can tell from Kingdom Come on Wednesday night. No, I'm going to go with a good horror stroke. I don't know how to describe this. It's a horror book. But I'm a big fan of pro wrestling. Okay, like WWE, AEW, all that kind of stuff. And at school, like, I would have studied Macbeth. Can't say I enjoyed it, but I know all about Macbeth. Yeah. So this is a title called The Crimson Cage, which combines Macbeth and pro wrestling, and it is outstanding. So the first issue was that this up-and-coming wrestler in some like the southern states of the US America, like kind of like indie territory of wrestling, he wants to be the top dog, wants to be on top, the world champion, all this kind of stuff, going town to town, all the money and everything else. But he makes a deal with these three witches that to kill the person on top of the mountain, and then he'll get
cover again.
And he'll get every. This is cover 1.
Nice.
Left for both of them, and this is issue 2. That's the one for came out this month. So so he made a deal with these three witches that if he kills the person on top of the mountain, he will get everything he's ever wanted. And issue 2, basically, it was the murder of this individual, and him reaching the top of the mountain, becoming the world champion, going town to town, and having all these people praise him and love him and all sorts of things. But again, if you're a wrestling fan, there's a lot of wrestling jargon in this, like kind of terminology like wrestlers would use and stuff about putting people over, about being a heel, being a babyface, all this kind of stuff. And it's just, I love that aspect of it. Then you mix it with this horror, and Perpetual Comics has nailed it. John Lees, he does write a good horror book, and it's drawn by Alex Cormack, who done Sea of Sorrows as well, the art for that. It's just a lovely, it's not lovely, it's gruesome and gory, but yeah, and I will be on this too, Chris. This new wrestling comic, Daniel Warren Johnson.
Powerbomb.
It looks phenomenal. But yeah, I'll be all over that. But Crimson Cage is, yeah, it's going under the radar because, like I say, if you're not a wrestling fan, you're not going to know what to say about this book or what to pick up and stuff. But I think everyone should read this when it comes out in trade. That's from AWA, and a lot of their books are pretty good. So yeah, Crimson Cage. But there's a scene where when he kills the guy, and the guy's getting stabbed pretty gruesomely. He's, it's not like it's just one stab to the body; it's kind of all over the face and stuff. And he's holding the world championship belt up while he's getting. I just don't know. It's just really weird. It's like he was handing it to him, like kind of thing. Right. I don't know. It's really gruesome, but cool.
Cool.
Loved it.
Great, man. Awesome. So that's your book of the month. We've got loads of others that have come in from the chat. So we've got Andy, Rain issue 1, my comic of the year already, hands down. I haven't heard of that, have you?
Yes, that came out. That was David Boer was on that. That came out last week.
Okay, all right. Okay. Highland G still enjoying Robin. Only singles he's still getting. I think I've got like 3 left on my pull list. Yeah, Connie, she really liked Cosmic Ghost Rider. Sam, Department of Truth Volume 1, starting on the trades also. Nice one. I've got that. I haven't read it quite yet though. JWD, John, he's here. Nightwing 87, all done as one piece of artwork if all pages put together. Absolutely fantastic. Yeah, I've heard about that.
I haven't read it yet. That would probably would have made my book of the month had I read it in time. But
yeah, fair enough. Yeah. Chris, Cats of the Louvre is easily his favourite this month.
Say that again.
Cats of the Louvre.
So thanks.
Yeah, Louvre. Andy is saying he had the same feeling as me when it came to Layla Starr. You become comfortable with your own mortality after reading it. Yeah, totally that. Yeah, I couldn't. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say, but you said it better than me. There we go. And Luke says that book sounds sick, Scott. We'll have to give it a read sometime. Definitely, mate. I can lend it to you if you want.
Friends.
Kevin comes in. His book of the month is The Last Ein here, issues 1 to 3. He's so far behind on what good books are out at the moment. Very good plug there. But yeah, do go ahead and grab his book. It's great. I loved it. And Adam, he's saying his favourite read this month was the first book in the Usagi Fantagraphics box set.
Nice.
You into Usagi? I am not.
I have that box set, and it's people like Chris and James from Comic Deal have sold it to me. So I have this sickness. If I see somebody like have this amount of passion for a book, I want what they have. Like I'm selfish that way. I want that. Yeah. So I seen Chris, I seen James and a few others.
My friends have it. I want it. Yeah, friends.
Yeah, friends.
Is it friends? Yeah, it's fair enough. And you don't have any 7 secrets. Whatever, that's fine.
I do have 7 secrets.
I'm joking. Adam also says, and also Kingdom Come, I guess, but I'd read that before, so Usagi should get the pick. There we go. Cool, nice. Right, there we go. Thank you, everyone, for letting us know what your books of the month were. Books of the month, yes. And it is now time for our game. And John from JWD Comics is here. Let's say hi. John, hi.
Hello, how are you?
Not bad. How are you?
Yeah, not bad. It's not bad.
Awesome. Thank you for joining.
Look at those books in the background. Oh, go away.
Bloody awesome.
Thank you.
They look awesome. What's the highest grade you got? Are they all 9.8s or?
They're not all 9.8s. I've got I think 2 or 3 9.8s, but
yeah,
they're all keys. All keys.
Nice.
That one is probably the best. Stanley John Romita Senior signed. So
nice.
That's my favourite.
I'm so jealous.
Phil is fangirling right now.
Yeah, my kind of aim for this year is to get ASM 300 and Secret Wars issue 8. You already have them there. Plus, you got Fantastic Four #1.
Secret Wars 8.
Secret
yep.
Wars 8.
Yeah. Awesome.
Hard work and perseverance.
Well done, man. Andy
enough
there,
money.
look at that money on the wall. That is brilliant. So John, for anyone who doesn't know who you are, do you want to tell us about yourself and your channel and what you do?
That's great. I'm John. I have my own YouTube channel. It's JWD Comics, and I'm also on Instagram and everything at JWD Comics. I've been collecting comics since 2018, give or take, and just built it up over the years. And now I've got about 15 short boxes to my right, which is why, sorry if I look a bit sweaty. I was, the first half of the show, I was literally lugging them all out as I was watching and redistributing a load, because Saturday night and I like to have fun.
We all like to redistribute loads on a Saturday night.
Absolutely. But yeah, got my own channel, got a few videos coming out this week, which will be cool.
Nice.
Yeah, be
What kind
great
of
to
videos
have
are
them.
they?
So tomorrow, not tomorrow, Monday, I've got a mystery box unboxing from Torpedo Comics.
Nice.
And then Thursday, I've got a comic book hunt video coming out in Gloucester that I did today, which was fun. I went to the Antique Centre there.
Nice. Awesome. Perfect. So, first time watching Comic Airwaves?
It is actually, yeah.
How are you finding it?
I find it brilliant. No, I'm really enjoying it. I think you guys are doing a really bang up job.
Bang up job.
Yeah.
Cool. We'll have that. We'll have that as a quote down somewhere. JWD Comics. Bang up job. Perfect.
Love
Thank you. Thank you so much. Great. So you are here to play a game.
Yes.
So what we were doing last year, we were telling everyone what game we were going to play. But now instead we've decided to leave it on a spinning wheel that randomizes it, and
Perfect.
We will play a random game. So let's go ahead and see what game we are playing. Here we go. What's it going to be? WKAT? What does that mean? Of course,
is that?
We're playing Whose Knees Are These? This is the very first game that I made up. And John, if you haven't been here before, then it's fantastic because I sing a live jingle for this game, which Phil loves and everyone else loves. No one loves it, but I'm going to sing it anyway because I made it up and it's a good laugh. So here we go for Whose Knees Are These? Whose knees are these? Whose knees are these? Can you guess whose these knees are, please? Are these your knees? Are these her knees? Are these his knees? Whose knees are these? Can you guess the knees? Tell me the knees. Can you tell me whose knees are these? There we go. That's the theme tune.
Love it.
Still remember it. Yeah, good. I'm glad. I'm glad. So we are going to play Whose Knees Are These? All you have to tell me, I'm going to show you 5 pictures of Marvel or DC characters' knees.
Okay.
Actually, one of them is an indie. So yes, 5 knees.
Okay.
Here we go. Andy unsubscribed. I think he's done that a few times, I think, now from me singing that. Shane loves a jingle. He loves a jingle. There we go. So let's go ahead and get this going. So, whose knees are these? Okay. John.
That is
you tell me?
Catwoman. Do we count her as Catwoman? I don't know. But yeah, I guess technically it's Catwoman.
Technically. So, Phil, what do you think?
Yeah, it's Catwoman, I assume.
Yes.
Yeah. Is it Halle Berry's version of Catwoman? Oh,
This is Halle Berry's Catwoman's knees. There we go. John, 1 point. Really easy.
I was
Shane
thinking
got it
this. I was thinking this from Chris. Whose cheeks are these? Because it's just a close up of her butt. Oh dear.
Yes. So yeah, whose cheeks are these? Halle Berry's cheeks. Okay, easy one. Okay. Let's go for the next one. John, whose knees are these?
That is a tricky one.
Let us know in the chat, everyone.
Look,
Play
there's
along.
blood. That's a clue. There's blood.
Yeah. Ooh, that is tricky. This is an absolute massive guess, but I'm
Okay.
Bullseye.
Think it's Bullseye. Phil, do you have a guess?
I was initially thinking Moon Knight, and then I was thinking
probably
the
is
White
Moon Knight.
Vision. But there's blood, so it can't be Marvel if there's blood on it. It's got to be DC. Spectre, maybe, I don't know.
Okay. I can reveal that these knees are Moon Knight's knees.
Good show.
Oh no. So 1 out of 2 so far. We had Kevin, he guessed that. Andy got that. Shane got it as Noon Knight. Sorry, you're wrong, Shane. It's Moon Knight. It's not Noon Knight. Adam, Mortal Kombat man. Highland G got it right. Highland G got it, and Connie got it as well. There we go. Right. Next one, number 3. John, whose knees are these?
Oh.
I'm willing to give a clue if you need one.
Yes, please.
Okay. Marvel character
Mm-hmm.
has appeared in the MCU.
Okay. Okay. The red cape is kind of... I'm guessing that's a red cape.
Okay.
So... I'm just going to go with Thor.
Thor. Okay. Philip?
I was actually thinking Ultron, but I don't know why.
Okay.
Ooh,
All
yeah,
right.
I should have gone with that.
Oh, all right. I've got to stick to your final answers. John, you
Yep.
guess Thor. Phil, you guess Ultron. These knees belong to Ultron.
Oh!
Here we go. So
Taking
who
a prize?
got
I'm
that?
doing well here, boys.
It's all about the publicity. It's fine. It doesn't matter. Kevin, War Machine? Nah, sorry, mate. Shane got it right. Perpetual Comics. It's Iron Knees, of course. Peter, guess Thor. Not quite right, but you're on the same page as John. Highland G, Adam, Martin, Connie as well got Ultron. There we go. Producer Liam is here, everyone. Let's jump him in. Hiya, buddy.
Hey!
Hello.
There he is.
I can't hear you.
That's okay. All right, we'll go to the next one. Okay, John. Whose knees are these?
Scooby-Doo.
Are you sure? Final answer?
Yeah.
Philip?
Yes. Or Scrappy. I'm going to go Scrappy. Just in case.
Oh, just in case. Okay, John, I can reveal to you that this is Scooby-Doo's knees.
Nice.
Dignity
There we go.
restored.
So you got 2 out of 4 so far. Highland G, Scooby-Doo. Martin, Scooby-Doo. Comic Bound, you guessed Liam. That's wrong. Sorry. Luke, Scooby. Yes, and Shane,
Yes.
Scooby-Doo as well. Hey, Lee, how you
Hello.
doing?
I can hear you.
Yay! And you're at the very end of the show, but it's great you're here anyway. Everyone's happy.
Yay.
So yeah, say hi to John.
Hi, John.
Hi, Liam. Nice to meet you.
Okay. Hi, Beth. Hello.
Professional as always in the Producer Welsh Liam household.
And right, we've got
Please. Please.
Liam. Please control your
Control your woman.
control your woman. Right, last one. So whose knees are these? Okay, John. Whose knees are these?
Ooh, that's a tricky one.
Yeah.
I know.
But it's darker.
Come on, chat.
If I'm
Who
right,
do you
so
think?
I think... So, I'm just going to process it. Donatello is usually a slightly different shade, like that leg behind. That I think that's Donatello. I'm going to go with Leonardo.
Okay, all
I
right.
should do Leo as well. And I think that's
Yeah.
Michelangelo behind him.
Right. Liam, do you want to have a quick guess?
I'm just going to say Donatello for...
Why not?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, well, John, I can reveal that these knees belong to Leonardo.
Aw.
You nailed it, mate. Well done. So we've got Kevin straight away. And Leonardo's knees, mate. Of course. Shane, you can't give a blanket answer. TMNT, sorry. Highland G, Raphael. Nope, sorry. Connie, though, the one with the blue mask. Yeah, okay, we'll give you that. She doesn't know the names. But Shane did go Michelangelo, still not right, and Adam said Raphael. So only John and Kevin got that one right. So overall, John, in this really difficult game of whose knees are these, you got 3 out of 5.
Nice.
How do you feel?
Yeah, that's not bad. You know, 60%. You know.
60%. That's great.
Yeah,
You've won
it's not
absolutely
bad.
nothing.
I
What are
don't
you going
mind.
to do with it?
He's won our
What can I do
time.
on Sunday?
But there we go. That is it. Lee,
Perfect.
how's your evening been?
It's been good. It's been real good. I had
Yeah.
some good food. Yeah.
Good grub. Been out with the fam.
How's the show gone? The start of season 2, I suppose.
Oh, it's been
Brilliant.
wonderful.
Fantastic.
We've had a great time. We've had a great time, but it has been less without you, as always. But yes, and we'll have to wait till next month now for the Scott versus Phil forfeit, where I have to do the random forfeit that I have no idea what it is. And so yeah, that is we're pretty much at the end of the show. There it is. So thank you very much for everyone who has joined and had a good time. Werewolf by Lunchtime just joined. Nice. What did I miss? Everything. Yeah. You've missed absolutely everything.
Not me, though.
Yeah, no, it didn't. So we will be back for the next episode on February the 26th. Normal time as usual, 8:30, for some more absolute nonsense like we've done today. I want to say thank you very much to Kevin Wells, who's joined us for the interview, has joined live in the chat. He's been an absolute delight and he was awesome to talk to. Please go ahead and pick up his book from his website, kwizillustrated.com, or give him a message at kwiz1988. If you do mention that you got this from Comic Airwaves, he'll sign your book. He'll sign your books. Because we peer pressured him into it. But yes, thank you very much. It's been an absolute blast. Phil, do you want to tell everyone what you got coming up on your channel?
Something at some point on my
Something
channel.
at some point.
But
Okay.
just catch me, as of course, every Wednesday, the Nerd Herd Comic Book Club.
Mhm.
Where next week we are reading Scott's pick, Mind Management, written and drawn by Matt.
Mugmut.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it looks wonderful.
perfect. And John, just give us another quick. What have you got coming up on your channel in the next week or two?
I've got another mystery box next Monday, another torpedo one.
Nice.
Can't remember which day it is or what the prizes are, but that is about. And then probably the Thursday after next, it will be a comic book room tour.
Nice.
So
Nice.
Great. Perfect. Awesome. For myself, we do have the Payday comic book charity auction coming up tomorrow. We are going to be supporting the Crohn's and Colitis UK charity, so do keep an eye out. The video is already scheduled on my channel, and that will be at 6 p.m. tomorrow. So if you want to buy some cool books, we've got a bit of everything for everyone for a good cause, then do come down for that. It's always a good bit of fun. So yeah, thank you very much, everyone. We will see you next month for Comic Airwaves if you'd liked it. And yeah, that's it. Thank you very much. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye. Love you.